Welcome to the majestic world of tigers, one of Earth's most iconic and powerful big cats. With their striking striped coats, these magnificent creatures command respect across diverse landscapes. As apex predators, tigers play a crucial role in maintaining the balance of their ecosystems. Found exclusively across various regions of Asia, each subspecies is a unique marvel of nature. Join us as we delve into their lives, from their biology to the urgent need for their protection. Tigers are built for power. Their immense strength allows them to take down large prey. Equipped with razor-sharp claws and powerful jaws, they are formidable hunters. Their keen senses of sight, hearing, and smell make them incredibly efficient predators. Each tiger's stripe pattern is as unique as a human fingerprint, a natural identifier. These intricate patterns provide perfect camouflage within their natural environments. From the dense jungles of India, we find the Bengal tiger, known for its vibrant orange coat. Journeying north, the Siberian tiger, the largest of all big cats, thrives in snowy forests. In the tropical rainforests of Sumatra, the Sumatran tiger, smaller and darker, faces unique challenges. Other subspecies like Indo-Chinese and Malayan tigers also exhibit distinct features. Each adaptation helps them survive in their specific habitats, a testament to evolution. Tigers inhabit a remarkable range of environments, from dense tropical forests to vast grasslands. They can even be found in the unique mangrove swamps of the Sundarbans, a truly adaptable species. These magnificent cats are largely solitary, preferring to roam their territories alone. Each tiger marks its territory with scent, scratches, and vocalizations, avoiding conflicts. Their hunting strategy is a masterclass in stealth and power, often stalking prey for long distances. They rely on ambush tactics, launching a surprise attack with incredible speed and force. Their diet primarily consists of large ungulates like deer, wild boar, and buffalo. This ensures they maintain their position at the top of the food chain, regulating herbivore populations. Observing their natural behavior reveals their intelligence and incredible survival instincts. Every movement is calculated, every action purposeful, a true wild hunter. The life cycle of a tiger begins with intricate mating rituals, often involving vocalizations and scent marking. After a gestation period, a mother tiger gives birth to a litter of blind, helpless cubs. These tiny cubs rely entirely on their mother for warmth, nourishment, and protection. She dedicates herself to raising them, teaching essential survival skills over several years. Cubs learn to hunt by observing and mimicking their mother, mastering the art of stealth and ambush. Play fighting among siblings hones their physical abilities and prepares them for future challenges. As they mature, young tigers gradually become more independent, venturing further from their mother. Eventually, they disperse to establish their own territories, continuing the cycle of life. This intricate social structure ensures the survival and propagation of the species. Despite their power, tigers face critical threats, primarily habitat loss due to deforestation. Human encroachment further fragments their territories, leading to increased human-wildlife conflict. Poaching for traditional medicine and the illegal wildlife trade devastates tiger populations. This illegal trade pushes these magnificent animals closer to the brink of extinction. However, hope remains through dedicated conservation efforts worldwide. Protected areas and anti-poaching patrols are vital in safeguarding their habitats. Breeding programs in zoos and sanctuaries help increase their numbers and genetic diversity. Community involvement and education are also crucial for long-term success. These efforts offer a glimmer of hope for the future of these magnificent big cats. Tigers are more than just beautiful animals. They are vital to healthy ecosystems. As apex predators, they maintain balance, preventing overpopulation of herbivores. Their survival is intertwined with the health of the forests and grasslands they call home. We must act now to protect these magnificent creatures for future generations. Support tiger conservation organizations and help raise awareness about their plight. Every effort, no matter how small, contributes to their survival. Let's ensure the roar of the tiger continues to echo through the wild for centuries to come.
You know, when you think of a tiger, what comes to mind? For most of us, it's pure power, right? A flash of stripes in the jungle, the absolute, undisputed ruler of its world. And for ages, that's what it's been, a symbol of raw, untamed strength. But there's another side to the tiger's story, a much more fragile one. And this is the number that just stops you cold. Around 3,900. That's it. That's roughly how many tigers are left in the entire world. All of that power, all that legend, and you could fit them all in a small concert hall. It's a really shocking reality check. So that's the big question we're tackling. How in the world did we get here? How does an animal at the absolute top of the food chain, a creature that's basically a living myth, find itself literally fighting for survival? Well, let's dive in and find out. To really understand what we stand to lose, we have to first appreciate what a tiger actually is. We're going to start by looking at the incredible biological machine that makes this animal the ultimate predator. And look, that is not an exaggeration. We're talking about the biggest and the strongest of all the big cats on the planet. From the massive Siberian tigers in the frozen north to the Bengals in India, they have no natural predators. Well, except for one, as we're about to see. So let's take a look under the hood, so to speak. How is this incredible animal actually built? Because every single part of a tiger has been fine-tuned by evolution for one single purpose: to be a perfect hunting machine. It's a total masterpiece of natural engineering. And what's so amazing is how all these pieces work together. I mean, the stripes aren't just beautiful, they're camouflage that makes a 500-pound animal practically invisible. The claws stay razor sharp because they pull back, kind of like a cat's, but way bigger. And its night vision, it gives the tiger a massive, almost unfair advantage in the dark. This really puts their power into perspective, doesn't it? A tiger's canine teeth can be 4 inches long. That's about the length of your finger. And they can leap almost the length of a school bus in a single bound. It just shows you the sheer scale of their physical dominance. Okay, get ready for this one, because it sounds completely made up, but it's true. The muscles in their hind legs are so incredibly powerful that tigers have been known to stay standing for a moment even after they've been fatally wounded. I mean, that is just a mind-boggling level of strength. So, we've got this incredibly powerful animal, but its power isn't just physical, it's also in the way it lives, as a solitary, elusive ruler of its own massive kingdom. I just love this quote because it captures their whole vibe perfectly. Despite being so big and powerful, tigers move like phantoms. For an animal that huge to be so stealthy, well, that's part of what makes them so legendary. So a tiger's life is all about solitude and territory. They need these huge areas, sometimes up to 40 square miles just to find enough food. And they have this whole complex communication system, roars that travel for miles, scent markings, all to manage their lonely kingdoms and, talk to each other from a distance. But that need for a vast, untouched kingdom, that's where the conflict really begins. Because the tiger's world has been shrinking, and shrinking dramatically, all because of the expansion of another species, us. Just let that number sink in for a second. 95%. Over the last 100 years or so, tigers have lost about 95% of their original home. Can you imagine if 95% of your world just vanished? That's the reality they're facing. And the reasons are pretty straightforward. On one hand, you have habitat loss. As forests are cleared for cities and farms, their territories get chopped up and destroyed. At the exact same time, you have poaching, the illegal hunting to supply a black market. So it's like they're fighting a war on 2 fronts just to survive. And all of this leads us to right now, to the present day. We've seen the predator, we've seen its kingdom, and now we have to look at the battle for its future. And let me tell you, it is a future that is hanging by a thread. The official term you hear is endangered. But what does that really mean? It's a scientific way of saying we are seriously, genuinely at risk of losing them. Completely. Forever. It means that if we don't actively step in, extinction isn't just possible, it's likely. Now, it's not all doom and gloom. There is hope. There are so many dedicated people and amazing organizations out there working around the clock to protect these animals, fighting poaching, restoring habitats, and in some places, it's working. Tiger numbers have started to stabilize or even creep up. But we have to remember, the species is still incredibly vulnerable. So, this is where we are. We've seen the powerful predator, the kingdom that's shrinking, and the desperate fight for survival. The story of the tiger, well, it's not really its own anymore, is it? Its future is completely tied to our actions. Which leaves us with a pretty heavy question. What's the next chapter going to be? That's up to us.
Okay, picture a tiger. What do you see? I'm guessing it's this powerful predator, right? Those iconic stripes cutting through the jungle light, and it's almost always alone. We're just so used to seeing them that way. But here's the thing. Is that solitude a sign of loneliness? Or is it something else? Something more? Let's dive in and find out.
And really, this is the big question, isn't it? When you see a tiger all by itself, what do you feel? Loneliness or power? You know, you and I, we're social creatures. Our brains are literally hardwired for connection. So it's supernatural to look at an animal alone and think, "Aw, it must be lonely," or maybe even, "It looks kind of vulnerable." But here's the twist. For an apex predator, the rulebook for success is completely different.
And that's the absolute core of what we're talking about today. For a tiger, being alone, well, it's not a weakness. Far from it. It's a lethal, incredibly effective survival strategy. Think of it like this. It's not a bug, it's a feature, a highly evolved one. And we're about to break down exactly why. All right. First up, becoming the master of the domain. The first pillar of this whole strategy is just pure control. We're talking absolute, total command over its environment. See, a tiger doesn't just wander aimlessly through the jungle. No way. It is the undisputed king of its own personal kingdom. So how does it do that? Well, it all starts with this idea of a home range. And listen, this isn't just some neighborhood the tiger likes to hang out in. Oh no. It's an exclusive, fiercely guarded territory. And by living alone, the tiger makes a simple but brilliant calculation. Every single resource in that area, every deer, every waterhole, it's all theirs. There's no sharing, no competing, no fighting over leftovers. And to really get how big of a deal this is, let's look at another famous big cat, the lion. Now, lions are social, right? They live in prides. That means they have to share everything, and that creates constant drama, constant rivalry over who gets to eat. A tiger? Nope, it sidesteps all of that. It's got exclusive access. It's a brutally simple and incredibly smart way to live. Okay, so ruling a territory is one thing, but how do you thrive in it? Well, you have to be a master hunter. And this brings us to the second piece of the puzzle, the perfect ambush. This is where being alone isn't just a lifestyle choice, it's a deadly tactical weapon. Just think about the steps of a tiger's hunt. First, that silent stalk. I mean, moving like a ghost through thick jungle. Can you imagine trying to do that with a buddy? No chance. Then, the patient waiting. We're talking hours sometimes, without moving a muscle. One clumsy partner, one twitch, and the whole thing's blown. And finally, that explosive, overwhelming attack. Every single part of this process is built for one. A pack would just be a noisy, clumsy mess. And the tiger's body? It's literally a toolkit designed for this solo mission. I mean, look at those stripes. They're not just beautiful, they're what's called disruptive camouflage. They completely break up the tiger's outline in the dappled jungle light. Then you've got those massively powerful forelimbs, absolutely essential for taking down huge prey all by yourself. And get this, its claws can retract all the way, letting it walk on the pads of its feet in total dead silence. It really is a ghost in the trees. So, this brings us to our final and maybe most crucial point. Think about it. If you control your own land and you hunt all by yourself, well, that means everything, and I mean everything, is on you. This constant pressure has forged the tiger into something incredible, the ultimate self-reliant athlete. And this quote just nails it. Survival is entirely dependent on its own physical health and skill. There's no pack to back you up if you miss a meal. There's no one to protect you if you get hurt. A tiger's life is a high-wire act every single day. Its survival depends completely on its own power, its own skill. The pressure is just immense.
Just let that sink in for a second. No pack, no help, no safety net whatsoever.
But what's the result of all that pressure? Only pure power. This solitary life, it's like an evolutionary forge. It literally burns away any weakness, leaving behind nothing but an unbelievably capable, tough-as-nails predator. I mean, think about it. To succeed all on your own, you have to be able to overpower your prey single-handedly. That evolutionary pressure has created this absolute unit, a massive muscular beast. We're talking up to 660 pounds of pure muscle. And all of it is designed for one thing, to deliver a final, decisive blow without any help. That body is the very definition of self-reliance. So, let's bring it all together. Being alone isn't some burden the tiger has to bear. It's its superpower. It's the master strategy that does it all. It guarantees resources, it perfects the hunt, and it forges an athlete of such incredible power that it becomes a totally unmatched predator. And that kind of leaves us with one last big question, doesn't it? What if the greatest strengths in nature are hidden in what we mistake for weakness? You know, we started this by looking at a tiger and maybe seeing loneliness, but what we actually found was pure strategic genius. It really makes you wonder, what else is out there hiding in plain sight just because we're looking at it the wrong way? You know, when we think of big cats, we often think of prides of lions. Or with canines, we think of packs of wolves. But the tiger, one of the most powerful predators on the entire planet, it walks alone. Have you ever wondered why? Well, we're about to dive in, because the answer is a total masterclass in survival strategy. So this is the big question, isn't it? It just feels wrong somehow. I mean, we're always told there's strength in numbers, so the tiger's whole solitary lifestyle is this really fascinating evolutionary puzzle. And this right here, this nails the mistake we all make. As humans, we see solitary and our brain immediately translates that to lonely. But for a tiger, solitary doesn't mean lonely. It means powerful. It's not a social problem, it's the very source of its strength. So let's break down exactly how that works. Okay, so first things first, it all comes down to economics. Yeah, you heard me right. A tiger's solitude is basically a super effective tool for managing its most critical resource, food. This entire strategy is built around what's called a home range. And look, this is so much more than just a place to live. It's an exclusive, personally owned territory. You got to think of the tiger as the CEO of its own survival, and this land is its most valuable asset. And the benefits of owning your own territory are huge. There are two main ones, and they're absolutely critical. First, by patrolling its own turf, a tiger basically eliminates the competition. And second, it guarantees that every single meal within those borders is theirs. It's a private pantry, and guess what? No sharing allowed. I love this analogy of a private grocery store because it's just so perfect. It really gets the idea across. A tiger isn't just wandering around hoping for the best, it's managing a business. And when survival is your business, keeping strict control of your inventory is everything, and that's something only a solo operator can really do. So this idea of managing a territory leads us right to the next piece of the puzzle, the hunt itself. If the territory is about economics, the hunt, well, the hunt is all about physics and pure stealth.
A tiger's whole game plan is built on surprise. Just look at this sequence. It needs to be completely silent to get close. Its stripes, that amazing disruptive camouflage, break up its outline in the grass and shadows. And then, it's all about one single explosive burst of power. Now, just try to imagine coordinating all of that with like 10 other tigers. It's impossible.
And that gets us to the most important point. For an ambush predator like a tiger, a group is an advantage, it's a huge liability. Every extra tiger is another chance to snap a twig, another scent for the wind to carry, another reason for the prey to panic and run. So for a tiger, a pack isn't help, it's just noise. Okay, so this brings us to our third and final piece of the strategy, the biology. Living a solitary life means you have to be built a very specific way. You have to be an athlete designed for total self-reliance. I mean, really think about that for a second. There's no backup. There's no pack to help you finish the job if a hunt goes wrong. There's no one to watch your back if you get hurt. Your survival is 100% on you, your skill, your strength, your health. The stakes just could not be any higher.
And because those stakes are so incredibly high, evolution gave the tiger the ultimate solo hunter's toolkit. We're talking a massive, muscular frame for just raw, overwhelming power. Incredibly strong front legs to grab and hold prey that can weigh hundreds of pounds more than they do. And of course, those famous retractable claws for a grip that just does not let go. It is a perfect killing machine, built to succeed all on its own.
So let's pull all three of these ideas together, the economics, the physics, and the biology, into one big idea. Let's call it the solitary king's gambit.
Because here's the big takeaway from all of this. The tiger's solitude? It isn't a weakness. It's not a limitation. It is the entire strategy. The need for a private grocery store, the need for a stealthy ambush hunt, the need to be a self-reliant killing machine, all of it depends on one single critical factor, being alone.
But there's a catch. This perfectly evolved system has one giant vulnerability. It needs a ton of space. And as we humans continue to shrink these wild places, the tiger's greatest strength, its solitary rule, is being put under unbelievable pressure. And that leaves us with one final and pretty urgent question to think about. When the king's board shrinks, what's his final move?